Hello everyone, Jerrel here. This is the second episode in my look at Final Fantasy XIV. I'll put the link to episode 1 in the description if you'd like to see that. I finally got through all of the startup and now I can begin playing the game as my character Buttersby. Okay, I think it's going to take some time to get used to the controls here. It looks like the L button I won't be using that much, but the R button sort of does, it toggles through my hot menu or whatever, and then there's all this. There's a lot going on. I will learn this in due season. Let me go ahead and shrink on down, and we can play Final Fantasy XIV. Okay, so I believe I'm to speak with this man, Bertinant. Okay, I shall speak to you. Okay, I see I have heavy shot there. Okay. I gotta look at... I feel like this would be easier with a mouse, wouldn't it, you know? Too far away. Is he... He's here, though. He's right here. Okay. Alright, once you have initiated a quest, a prompt will appear. Sure thing. Yes. Okay, I will accept. You have to use the D-pad. Okay, I gotta get used to that. So oh, you can highlight the rewards. I do like that. Okay. It's typical for MMORPGs to fill the screen with text. There's always a lot to look at. I'm going to accept, and I shall receive my bounty. Another green adventurer, I presume? I thought as much. We cannot allow strangers to wander Gridania unchecked and untested. Before you rush up and begin pestering every second citizen for work, I suggest you make yourself known at the Carline Canopy. That's where the headquarters for the local Adventurers Guild, in case you are wondering. The Carline Canopy is the building you see behind me. Speak to Mother Miounne with it, and she will take you in hand. Okay, shall do that. Now here's a little trick we use. The rocks that we see on the ground there, they're just a texture. And okay, hold on, I have to read this duty list. Upon accepting a quest, the current objectives, yada yada. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, selecting the title will open the quest unit journey along your review. Okay, sure, got it. So if we have a look at the rocks there, it's just a texture, right? But we use normal maps, and normal maps allow us to give sort of more data to that texture so it can calculate light and shadow. We can specify an angle that pixel is, it's to make things look like they have more shape, more geometry to them, even though there isn't more geometry to them. It helps things look more organic. You can see as you get lower to the ground at oblique angles that it's quite flat. So we do this because if you were to actually model those rocks, it would have a significantly higher performance cost, and also it just makes it less manageable in terms of creating environments. A game like this has massive wide sweeping environments, so in the development workflow you have to optimize the workflow itself, and the workflow is how quickly and how much work does it take to create the assets necessary for this game to function. And so the priority here was to make the workflow fast. Otherwise, like adding all those rocks in there individually would make this take like 1,000 times longer. And it would also negatively impact the performance. You see rocks like this in Final Fantasy VII, but they tend to use a shader that, you know, it adds more actual geometry to it, whereas this is a fake way to do it, but it looks really good from above. And so, can I like make, ooh, oh, yeah, nice. I quite like it. All right. I'll talk to this man. Whoa, this person is a small head. Say. Oh, I can go inside of him. I'm inside of him now. Ah, give a man a bloody fright. Sneaking up on me like that. Newly come to Gridania, are ye? Then I suggest you continue on your merry way to the Carline Canopy just behind me. Mother Miounne will want a word with ye. Okay, so I'm looking at the screen here. On my mini-map, as it were, I see a green... Oh, I can feel my footsteps on the analog rumble. Analog rumble. Okay, hold on. I go to the green check mark. So look at the environment. It's just a lot of good use of real-time shadows at high resolution that just look fantastic. This uses physically based shaders, which we've had common since around like 2014, 2015. There's a lot that they want me to read. Okay, yeah, I got it. I know what a check mark is, okay? So I have to press A. I just came from using my Steam Deck, so I'm pushing the buttons wrong. Mother Miounne. That can't be right. That's not how her name is said. Oh, look at the low resolution on the book there. It's not super important, so you don't waste time creating high resolution assets for the book. But it looks like her character. Have a look at her ear, and see how it's sort of bright. So that is using subsurface scattering. Subsurface scattering is quite expensive in terms of the rendering budget. And subsurface scattering simulates a sense of light entering a mass, bouncing around the mass of the object, then coming out the other side. It's something that you'd see like on a candlestick, you know? But when you have that on characters, it makes characters look less plasticky and fake, and it makes them look more organic and alive. So I personally don't have a very good solution. I do the majority of my work in Unity. I don't have a good solution, and Unity doesn't just have one built in. Be nice if they did have a good universal solution for subsurface. A wide-eyed and wandering young adventurer. Come to put your name down at the guild, I assume. Welcome, Miounne's... I don't know how they want me to say that. My name, or Mother Miounne, as most call me. And that Carline canopy is my place. As head of the Adventurers Guild in Gridania, I have the honor of providing guidance to the fledgling heroes who pass through our gates. Have a look at the shadows in her sleeve there are kind of jacked up. And the reason being is that we kind of have to limit the accuracy of shadows cast when they're up close like that, because a lot of errors can occur. It's actually pretty complicated to calculate all of that stuff. They could adjust the settings so that it's the sensitivity is different. It's more accurate looking on the shadow in her sleeve, but that could negatively affect the shadows other places, and it could make performance jacked up. So it's interesting that somehow we still, there's a lot of technical struggles we still face as developers. Those are the kind of things where I think the industry should be fixing that stuff. If they're pouring millions and millions or billions of dollars into game engines, those are the things that we as developers shouldn't have to fudge around with that stuff. That stuff should be better. I really like the bloom on the lighting fixtures. Have a look at the stained glass window, which isn't actually stained glass. What it is, it's a texture that likely has an emission layer, so it's not being darkened by the shadows of the scene. It's just a flat color, and it makes it look like it's illuminated. It makes it look like light is coming through. Light is not actually coming through. As developers, we just need to convey a sense. We need to make it look like, we need to make you think that light is coming through. And you can do that with just a texture that isn't, well, it could be emissive, or it could just be not affected by lighting sources. It could be unlit, But I have a feeling that's not unlit, it's just emissive. If it was unlit, it would look very artificial as the time of day changes and the lighting changes in accordance with that. I want to engage in combat with creatures of the forest. Oh, behold this floating, rotating crystal. To an outsider's eyes, all may seem well within our nation, but naught could be further from the truth. The people live in a state of constant apprehension. The Ixal and various gangs of common bandits provide an unending supply of trouble. Trouble compounded by the ever-present threat of the Gallian Empire to the north, and that is to say nothing of the calamity. Even now, the wounds have barely begun to heal. Ah, but I speak of it as if you were there. Forgive me. 5 years past, Eorzea was well nigh laid to waste when a dread worm emerged from within the lesser moon, Dalamud, and rained fire upon the realm. It is this which people call the calamity. I believe that is when the original Final Fantasy XIV was overhauled because people were not pleased with it. The presentation was not up to people's expectations, I believe. If you have a look at the textures on this asset behind the character, you can see compression artifacting. If you look far on the right of this, or on the left, I'm pointing that way to my right, but it's on the left of the screen there. That sort of discoloration and the imperfection in the texture is a result of texture compression. We have to rely on texture compression to reduce file sizes. Otherwise, you end up with irresponsible use of storage, as we see in like Call of Duty and whatever, where it's like 150 gigawatts of storage or whatever. It's because the developers aren't putting in the work in to compress the game assets. You have to sort of manually determine that. You know what? Write a system to do global compression settings for you and all that. Yet amidst the hazy recollections and conflicting accounts, all agree on one thing, that Eorzea was saved from certain doom by a band of valiant adventurers. Whatever else we've misremembered, none of us have forgotten the heroes who risked life and limb for the sake of the realm, and yet, whenever we try to say their names, the words die upon our lips. That's interesting. Why is that so? Why is that? I do like the lighting in this scene. It's framed in a way to let you know where the important character is here. So everything else is kind of, a bit dark and indoorsy. It makes it feel like it's kind of like a high fantasy setting. And having the lightest part be on that character is good direction. It's good leading to the character. Now, I was talking about texture compression. It was only visible when we were right up close. And the majority of the time, we don't see those assets up close. So this is a situation where it was the right thing to do to compress those textures to where they're they're lower quality, but it doesn't matter because the vast majority of the time you only see those assets from far away, and it's suitable for that. So we have to make these kinds of decisions during development. We have to prioritize certain aspects of the needs as we determine our solutions. Thus, have these adventurers come to be known as the Warriors of Light. Another bit of lore iconography, as that's a term that we see often throughout the series. Ahem, pray, do not feel daunted by the deeds of legends. We do not ask that you become another warrior of light, only that you do what you can to assist the people of Gridania. Yes, can I please engage with some creatures of the forest? Great or small, every contribution counts. I trust you will play your part. All that's left then is to conclude the business of registration. Here's a quill. Scroll your name right there. I shall. Oh, and I would appreciate it if you used your real name. There is a special place in the 7th hell for those who use amusing aliases. But I've already done that. My name is Butts. She doesn't want people to put a name like A, or like butt poop. Butts Buttersby, And you're quite sure that isn't an amusing alias? I quite like the awareness. This is so interesting because the developers that wrote that dialogue, the writers, know that that's what we do. They are aware that that's how people play games. I think that's very funny. Very well. From this moment forward, you are a registered adventurer of Gridania, nation blessed of the elements, and the bounty of the 12 Sword. The guild expects great things from you. Look what arrived, another god's damned adventurer. Oh, they have multiple gods here. Oh, I like that camera cut where it was seen from that character's point of view, and it was sort of like an action game. Don't you start with that. Adventurers are the very salve that Gridania needs. The Elder Seed Seer herself bade us welcome them with open arms. Do you mean to disregard her will? These are tall men. Who is a tall man? Of course not, lest you forget. It is my sworn duty to uphold the peace. Am I to blame if outsiders bring mistrust upon themselves? Oh, my voice changed for... Oh no, there's multiple wood whalers, as there are multiple jizz whalers. You, adventurer, mind that you do not cause any trouble here, or I shall personally cast you out of this realm into the 7th hell. Ahem, pay that outburst no mind. He meant only to counsel you. Suspicious characters have been prowling the 12 Swords of late, you see, and the wood whalers feel they cannot afford to take any chances. As is often the way with folk who live in isolation, Gridanians are wont to mistrust things they do not well know. Yourself, good self included. Fear not, however. Given a catalogue of exemplary deeds, and no more than a handful of years, the locals will surely warm to you. Please, I want to engage with creatures. Is it okay if I just start skipping the dialogue? Because I'm doing my part, I'm reading it. I really want to engage with creatures of the forest now. I shall complete. So this is funny, this is interesting, and this is what happens in MMORPGs, is text. There's no choice but for text to overlay, and then it becomes illegible. I wonder what solution there could be for that, you know, to maybe prevent an overlap. You know, personally, it's hard to say, like, would you put just like a backing, you know, like just a partially transparent black backing to that character text if it happens to overlap another element like that, so that way you know, it's not layered, and you can see it better. The ones that are behind are just invisible, you know, like not be drawn, not be rendered, because it's a little distracting. I'm not sure if anyone's thought about how to just make it look nicer, how to improve it, how to make things better, you know. Listen well to the wisdom. I want to go and kill some creatures. Okay, played my my level up fanfare. May I please engage some creatures of the forest now? I attain level 3. I'm level 2 and level 3. I don't want to be... Okay, that's condescending, right? I don't... See, have a look at the black window that's behind what says main scenario quest. Why not put that behind the character text when they're overlapping, so that way it's not sloppy? Because I'm sure when there's a bunch of stuff on screen, it becomes quite illegible. Okay. Yes, okay, I get it. What do you want from me? Be close. I would like to engage with some creatures, please. The Adventurers Guild is the other way. Oh no, this is what really frustrates me about MMORPGs that do too much hand-holding in the beginning. I feel that the first thing you should do, and I call RuneScape in it, is just let people do something in the very beginning. Let them just kill a couple monsters, something to give them a gameplay hook before doing all of this, because I'm mentally checking him out. As much as I do think this is neat, I'm mentally checking out, because what I want, if I've got a weapon and I'm in a high fantasy magic world, I want to engage with the creature of the woods, of the forest, and fight them. It's getting kind of irritating that there's so much of this hand-holding. It's been an hour now. You can see the flatness of the foliage, and again, stuff has to just be lower poly count. We have to simplify things because there's going to be a lot of it, and if it's too complex, it's going to make the performance of the game chug, and this is the kind of game where you need to use your budget sparingly. So that kind of thing, it's acceptable for a use case like this. I'm just going to look around. I'm going to pause the recording and figure out what I'm supposed to do next. Okay, Miounne wants me to perform 3 tasks. Okay, I'll just skip ahead. I'll pause the recording here until I figure out what's going on. Alright, I've accepted my quest. I press minus. I click on this, yes. Okay, a crescent moon icon will appear. Sure. All experience earned through battle, crafting, okay. Of a benefit. Gathered while under the benefit of the rested bonus. Oh, so it's good to be rested. You get a bonus. Nice, 50%. I like that. Okay, so that means that I should keep my character rested. Is that right? Okay. Sure thing, sure thing. Oh, there's a number of things they want me to read. There's so much you're supposed to have to know about this. So, here's the problem with these kinds of games, is they're not very accessible, because you have to just learn all of this stuff, and it's just kind of shoved in your face, and people can only learn so much in one sitting. So when I teach workshops, whether that's photography, archery, or anything else, you give people one piece of information at a time. It's important to consider that as an educator, is the more information that you give to people in one sitting, the less effective that information will be, because then people get overwhelmed and they'll just start checking out. It's too much. I'm checking out right now because this is too much, and it's you need to consider this thing. So I'm not saying that as an insult. I'm not saying, oh, this is a bad game. I'm saying that as developers, we need to consider the pacing of how we deliver information to the player, because I'm at the point where I'm well over the point where I've received too much information and nothing is sticking with me because it's too much. You need to space this stuff out. I shall speak to this character. She's searching for adventurers eager to prove their mettle. Please let me engage in combat. I'm begging you. I'm starting to lose my patience. Please let me do something. I'm begging you. All right. Okay, I'm just looking at the mini-map here. So, I'm looking at the mini-map, and now I'm navigating by mini-map. I'm looking at the mini-map. I believe that there are some green check marks that I would like to look at. I would like to view my map. What button shall I press? Oh god, there's so many buttons. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is the right way to look at my map. I believe I want to go this way. There we go. All right. All right. Traveling by minimap is not something I enjoy, and in my games, I am loath to implement minimaps in my games because you stop paying attention to the environment, because you tend, as a designer, you tend to then make the environments less important, less interesting. They become more samey because you're making people navigate by minimap, basically. And then people have less of a connection to the environment. The environment's less important, you know what I mean? And you lose the opportunity to have an attachment to the environment. It's not important because now there's no reason for me to mechanically look to engage the environment. There's no reason for me to understand or feel anything about the environment, because looking at the environment does not help me get to my objective. Looking at the minimap is what helps me get to the objective. So this is all just like fancy, beautiful, bright colored paint, but it's so unimportant because the actual important part is the minimap. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that this is a bad game because of that. I'm just pointing it out that this is something that many games rely on the minimap. And for me personally, I don't like it because it gives a player a reason to not engage with the environment, to just look at the map instead. And here's the thing, here's the problem, right? Because of the minimap, I don't even have a reason to read the text. Whether or not I know what the character wants me to do isn't important, because reading the text won't help me get to the objective. Looking at the minimap helps me get to the objective. And it's so important to consider that. What are you asking of the player? How are you asking the player to engage with your game? Okay, I have to read this. This is important. Some items can be used granting various effects such as instant HP restoration, attribute boost, and more. Using an item is as simple as using use from the item subcommands. Okay. All items with recast timers cannot be used again until the timer has expired. Yeah, I like that. You know, it prevents spamming. Hold on, there is an other exclamation mark here, so I'll go ahead and click on that. I like what I'm seeing so far, but I don't like that I'm running around talking to people and I'm forced to just talk to people and I haven't got to do anything mechanically interesting yet. Please. Oh, I have to deliver a sealed message. Okay. So I mash the button because it doesn't really matter whether or not I read that or not. And I know it makes me look like, oh, you're a bad player. That's not how you're supposed to play the game, right? The problem is, don't blame the player for the way that they play the game. Don't blame the player for the way they feel about the game. The way that a player feels about the game is the developer's responsibility. I wanted to read this stuff, or I want to be engaged with the story, but the fact that all they're doing is just shoving this stuff in my face, they're just shoving more and more dialogue, I've had enough. They're not letting me do anything, but I'm getting burned out on all of this because I haven't got to do anything interesting yet. Running back and forth through town is not cool. This is not fun. And I think I'm having an actual meltdown in real time because I'm seeing all this cool stuff that I could potentially do, and I'm not getting to do anything. You see what I'm saying? I want to like this. I really want to like this, and I'm pushing myself to like this. Please. I'm gonna try and speed through whatever stuff they want so I can go and engage in combat. That's what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna pause the recording. Do I get to leave? Am I outside? Do I get to fight? Oh my god. Oh, thank god. I think I get to do something. And I'm sure there are people who are gonna be angry at me for saying anything even marginally critical about this, but I'm not here to create hate content. I'm here to discuss games as a craft. And it's important that we look at what could be done better to keep improving our ability to make games, our ability to consider games and game development as a craft, because games can very much be art. Game development is very much a craft. I take it very seriously. And we need to consider how we can keep improving and how we can keep doing things better. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't anymore. I can't keep reading these. Please let me kill something. Okay, thank you. Now I'm going to hold ZR. I'm going to bring up my ability. I use my ability. I believe I have defeated this enemy, but now I have engaged a ground squirrel. I shall hold ZR. I press the A button. I have attacked the ground squirrel. I am engaging with creatures of the forest. This was all I wanted. This was what I wanted. If I face away, what happens? Do I miss? Ooh, animal skin, I want that. So how do I pick that up? Do I automatically pick it up? This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Just let me do this. So if I face away, what happens? I face away, but the attack still ends. Okay, you know what? This is fine. I'm sure that there are people that are going to complain and say, oh, the character's facing away. He's shooting the arrow in the other direction. That's not the important part. Because mechanically, like, what you could have done is you could make the character stay locked on, and then you can have the characters, you can animate the top part separately from the bottom part, and then you can have the character walking away while the character shoots and stays facing the right direction. That would be fine, but mechanically, it wouldn't be any different. So I'm still engaging the enemy, I'm still creating spacing. It doesn't matter. So even though I'm facing away, and it looks like I should be hitting the enemy, it doesn't matter. That's totally fine in my book in this case, because that's not what's important. What's important is the mechanical side of it, is I'm creating space between me and the enemy, and I'm still performing my attack. The visual representation of it, it doesn't really matter so much in this situation. Okay, this is satisfying. This is what I wanted. This is what I wanted. Okay, I'm feeling much better now. I'm feeling good. All that waiting, it kind of feels worth it now. I just want to do this stuff. I would like to use this. I have this now. I have... Can that thing go away? Go away, dear Christ above. I don't want to read this stuff anymore. So I have a yellow meter above my health. I believe that is my experience points here. Yeah, that looks like experience. This is what I wanted, dude. I just wanted this calm, peaceful, slaying innocent animals in a forest. That's all I wanted. This is too much to ask for. I could care less about your stupid quests. I do want cool equipment and armor, though. So how do I get more? Now I want to get more armor and equipment. What is this? What is that? Will this kill me? This scares me. I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared, I'm scared. What is that? Could I attack that? I'm afraid of that tree thing. What is that? It's eating things, it's putting things in. What I really like is it's doing stuff. It's, it has interesting idling animations. You know, sort of like picking, I don't know, bugs out of its hair or something, and then it was sort of eating something, putting something in its mouth. So I would like to engage with this. I wish to engage it. Level 12? Not a chance, sweetheart. I'm out of here. Not a chance. I'm gonna get splattered. I'll just kill these ladybugs until I level up. Oh, this is nice. This is soothing for me. I'm fine with this. This is what I wanted. I wonder what the range is for the enemy to hit me. My health seems to replenish itself, which is nice. I don't have to micromanage restoring my health. Obviously, when fights become more difficult, then I will have need to manage my health through the use of items. So, where are my items? I do like the UI, so I'll comment on that now. It's very clean, it's tidy, everything that I need to see it feels enclosed in one area that's easy for me to see. So if okay, so I press R, other things will happen now. Okay, player search, macros, emotes, okay, sure. I see. I shall dance. There we go. This is, I can see why people like this. Okay, now I'm enjoying it. So there's a blue arrow here. So what is this? Forest Fungar. Is this for something? Oh, I've shut him with an arrow. I shut him. Okay, so I have to close this because dancing won't help me. Okay. I'll go ahead and straight shot. I like this. Yeah, I like this. I wonder if there's a lock-on button. If I press the right analog stick in, it goes into first-person mode. I don't like that. I want to see my guy. Okay, there is... Okay, what is it? So why is it blue? Okay, as I suspected, there's a button to lock on the camera. That's L3. Or you push the left analog nipple down into the controller. Whoa, he's doing some movements. Oh, but when I'm locked on, the walking backwards seems a bit slower. Interesting. You can now accept the next class job quest. Okay. Cool, 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 cool. I'm fine with that. I'm fine. These these must be part of a quest, I'm certain of it, because there is a queue above them. I shall engage with the creatures of the forest. Raging strikes. I'm gonna see what happens. So I'm gonna see what happens. Right now I'm not taking damage because I'm running away. I'm gonna just see what happens if I leave my character, if I just let him... Okay, I'm definitely getting more... I'm sustaining more damage by just standing still. So it does behoove me. So I have to slay 4 more of these forest fungars. Funquars? Fungars. Ah, this is soothing. Just going around killing forest monsters is so soothing. I move faster if I don't lock the camera on, it feels like. Because if I lock the camera on, he walks backward much... Oh, but then he stays facing the character, stays facing the enemy. I see. Yeah, see, that's kind of what I was saying earlier. Invulnerable? What does that mean? I don't like that. I don't like him being invulnerable. Hey, stop being invulnerable. What do I do about that? What do I do? Don't be invulnerable, dude. I have so much MP. I wonder what I can use it for. I have not been using my abilities on the left. Let's see what those do. Teleport. Auto attack. Oh, you can turn those off and on. Sprint. Oh, assuredly, this will allow me to move more quickly as I go from quest to quest. I shall engage in combat. Okay. Oh yeah, this feels good. Even when locked on? Does that sprinting? I sprint faster sideways. Yeah, this feels nice. Okay, the fate system. Okay. I've had a little bit of time to simmer. Okay, just chill. I'm gonna read this. Fate is short for full active time event. These public quests occur periodically in real time. Okay, when you see a fate nearby, a message will appear on your screen. Yeah. Okay, that's that blue area. That's fate. Mousing over the icon. Okay. You will automatically join a fate the moment you cross the event. Okay. If you are several levels higher than the recommended level, a level sync button. Oh, I like that. So you're not way overpowered. Okay, well let me finish killing these things. Teleport. I cannot teleport yet. Okay. Heavy shot. Yeah, that did heavy damage. If I stay out of his range, I won't sustain damage from this enemy. Okay. So how do I view the swagger which I have accrued? I wish to accrue swagger. Raging strikes! Straight shot! Heavy shot! Wow, he got scarundered. Okay, I'm level 5 now. I no longer need to defeat those enemies. So how do I view the swagger which I have accrued? Plus. Okay. Oop. Ah, here we go. This feels a little sloppy. See how there's text above the text on the left there? You have the categories up there. See how they're going up, they're overlaying that. This is a very sloppy look to me, and I would have, for my stuff, you know, like, you can like this. This is fine, you know, as long as it's still functional. But for me, I would have considered putting a window behind text so that it blocks out things, so it doesn't have the sloppy overlay to it. It's a little, it makes my eyeballs feel itchy. And I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, right? I don't want to make a hate video about Final Fantasy. I really want to like this. I'm trying to like it. So are these the items that, this is the swagger which I have accrued? It's not much, is it? It's not much. Okay, there's different pages or different categories. Different pages. And then categories. I have no shards. I have a pie. Okay. Sure, so if I need to use an item, I press plus. I go to my inventory. I click on this. Now I press the A button. I move it. So, okay. Oh, I click twice on it. Okay. Set to hotbar. That may be useful for me. Okay. Okay. Assign to command panel. What does that mean? What does this mean, by the way? I don't know what that means. I want to assign it to the hotbar. I should be able... A person should not need to look at instructions to figure this out, right? A person should be able, just by playing it, should be able to figure out. So I want to set it to the hotbar. Okay. Press a button combination. Okay. Press a button combination. I'm going to hold ZL, and I'll put it here. Okay, that's good. There we go. Press B to exit out of there. It is the time of night. So I need to report to Chancellor. So I did the population control. I will do the sprint now. This one here. Okay. I don't play MMORPGs, by the way, so all of this stuff probably makes tons of sense to other people. I'm sure other people pick this up very quickly. I don't play MMORPGs. Okay. I shall go to the green check mark. Okay. Now I'm jogging again instead of sprinting. Don't forget to jump. What if I did a jump and attack an enemy? So what I like is that I select an enemy, and then my character will do the attacking when they are able to perform that action. So I do like that. I don't see anything wrong with that. I'm trying to open my map, but there are so many buttons. Oh my god. There are so many buttons. Can you open the map again, please? Thank you. Oop. There we go. I shall redeem this quest. Oop, this way. See, here's the thing. I'm not even looking at the environments. I'm just looking at the minimap. Okay. Okay. Here we go. I speak to you now. Wait. No, just close that. I want that to go away, thank you. Chancellor. Well, the fledgling adventurer returns, and none the worse for wear by the look of it. Ha! You may yet be of use to this nation. On behalf of Gridania, I thank you. Complete. Can I wear this hat? Oh, please let me wear these things. I want to wear these items. Oh, yes, please. Okay. Okay, hold on. No, this is, I'm feeling some degree of excitement here because I wish to equip my character. Okay, so if I click on my, Wrong thing. I click on my character. Yes? I wish to equip head armor. It's the wrong class. The item I picked up is the wrong class and I can't use it. It's not the game's fault, you know. I picked up an item that's not. What's an armory chest? What is that? A freedom ring. Oh, there's a number. There's a number there that would indicate the number, the quantity of items in that category. Okay. Wait, so the item that did I not receive an item from this person? I received an item from this person. Okay, so armory chest. Okay, yes, I actually just figured it out by myself, actually. They're found in the chest. Okay, yes, I figured it out on my own. Okay. I thought I picked up a hat, but apparently I did not. I'm going to equip this. Okay, so my character now has a ring. I do see the ring. But I thought I picked up a hat from that character. I do like that the armor goes into its own category. I'm feeling some degree of disappointment that I didn't get a hat. I wanted to... I don't know. Anyway, that's all for today's episode. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you want to see more of this game. I'm so busy with my own game development work. And I'm already doing a playthrough of Deltarune right now, and that's going to take a long time because I don't have much free time. I don't have much leisure time. Take care of yourselves, everyone. Be well. Thanks for watching.